This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven Sun. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching or participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Phatts TV on this Monday night, July the 12th, 2021. Hope your post-Independence Day week went well. We were not on the air last Monday because somebody had to work at his internship, and that somebody is at the upper left-hand portion of our screen right now. He is the one, the only, surviving in his deep down in the ground bunker in Center County, Pennsylvania. The one, the only, your season-ending 21 champion on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. The non-genetically proven Sun. How's it going?
That was a really done intro. I don't need an intro like that.
When are you going to do the introduction and introduce me?
Hi, this is Phatts TV. Look at this fat ass in the bottom right.
I like that.
His name's PA Phatts. I'm the non-genetically proven child. And we're live.
And we're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, we haven't been doing this too much lately because of his internship and such. What just went ding?
My Facebook. Relax.
More dings. Everybody's dinging me. Lots of dingies. So anyway, one of the big news items that happened last week is the greatest president in the United States history, Donald J. Trump, decided he is going to sue some people. Yeah. Class action lawsuit. He's suing that idiot fascist Zuckerberg and chin book, Facebook, knee book, ass book, whatever book we're talking about. He's suing the communist Twitter jack. And he's suing that 7-Eleven loving dude from Google. Why is he suing the 7-Eleven loving guy from Google? Because Google owns YouTube. And as I said earlier, it's a class action lawsuit. And guess who's joining in on this lawsuit? You're right, ladies and gentlemen. Me. I'm joining in on this lawsuit. Why? Well, if you're a regular watcher of this TV show, you would know that my Twitter account has been suspended for no reason at all. Wouldn't give me a reason. They just chose to suspend it. Twitter jack, you fucktoid, I want my Twitter page back. And then last January, YouTube took down an episode of Phatts TV. Remember that? Non-genetically proven Sun?
No, I really don't. I don't know.
You couldn't
I don't
just
know what episode.
You couldn't just lie and say, yeah, I remember that.
I thought about it, but then that's not right.
Well,
The world would know that I was lying.
They took down an episode of Phatts TV, and they wouldn't tell me why. So I filed an appeal, which you have every right to do on YouTube. A week or so went by, and guess what? I won the appeal. They admitted they made a mistake in taking down my page or my episode. So they put it back up. 3 days later, those motherfuckers took it back down. Again, didn't give me a reason. It's, the generic, it went against our community guidelines. Well, what community guidelines did I go against? What? Did I say fuck a little too much for you?
No, the freedom of speech one.
Oh, that guy. I was going to get to that one. I was about 7 or 8 deep. The freedom of speech guideline. That 7-Eleven loving bastard that is the CEO of Google. So I appealed it again. If this were a court of law, they couldn't have done that. That's called double jeopardy. And I'm not talking about the Aaron Rodgers hosted show on ABC. There's a legal precedent called double jeopardy. You can't be tried for the same crime twice. But this, isn't legal. This is the 7-Eleven lovers YouTube. So this time I lost my appeal. Again, they won't tell me what I did. I asked them, I said, show me where on the video, what did I do? What did I say? What happened that you took my episode down? They wouldn't show me. They said, fuck you, fat guy. Maybe they just don't like fat people. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're discriminatory against fat people.
I think it's just you.
Or they're just discriminatory against fat people from Pennsylvania named PA Fats. Good-looking fat people, I should say.
49-year-old fat people.
That damn right. Well, I was 48 at the time.
That you were.
Thank you. So now I'm joining in on this class action lawsuit. Not only are those bastards, Twitter Jack, going to have to give me my Twitter page back, not only is that 7-Eleven loving bastard from Google going to have to put my episode back up, and let's not forget, they also took me offline one day because I showed a picture of Joe Biden kissing Bill Clinton's ass.
But they did. I remember that.
They called it pornography. Really? It was a cartoon picture. Since when is cartoons pornography? It wasn't like a penis going in a vagina. You couldn't even really see his ass. It's not like it was Hillary's ass. Sure, you remember that one, non-genetically proven son.
Because I remember the hassle it took to get back on.
So now, not only am I going to get my stuff back, now you assholes are going to have to pay me for taking it down. I want money from you fuckheads. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to get my money. It's my money and I need it now.
If it's casino credit, you'll please him.
No.
If you hit another $10,000 jackpot, I think you'd be all right.
As long as there's no playthrough, like I gotta roll it over however many times, then fine. If it's a no time rollover, then fine. Then fine. So, we'll see how far Trump and Fats get with this class action lawsuit. Maybe it should be called the Fat Trump lawsuit.
Fat Trump lawsuit. I think there's more than just you and Trump in this lawsuit. I'm going to assume there's another 2-3 million Americans in this lawsuit that want part of it.
Did you just go all Schuylkill County and go 2-3?
Yes, I did.
You went all Schuylkill County and went 2-3. Attaboy. Fist pump on there. Attaboy. There you go. Attaboy. Schuylkill County 2-3. 2-3. 2-3. Shenandoah 462. Attaboy. Attaboy. By the way, the message board is live and operational. If you would like to join in the lawsuit with Trump and Fats, let me know. I'll send you the information. We'll get you on there. We'll get you on there.
You get Trump on speed dial.
He's got Fats on speed dial. Let's get it right. Let's get this. What? Hold on. He's calling me right now. No, that was the pizza guy.
This is the pizza guy.
It's almost the same number.
Wow.
Almost. Almost. So what do you think about this lawsuit there, non-genetic one?
I think he's a little late. Feel like he should have done it a long time ago. I think it'll be pretty easy for him to probably win. To be honest. Probably going to go to the Supreme Court as well. What would you say?
Well, lawsuits, I don't know. I don't know. I have no faith if it goes up to those fuckers, that's for sure. No faith. None.
You really think they would side with Twitter and Facebook?
I'm not sure it's the kind of case. Well, you know, it could be the kind of case that goes up to there. It goes up to there. But you know what? Let's talk about another government in this world.
The Chinese one.
No, we're not going to talk about the Chinese government.
Well,
close. We're going to talk about the government where they rule over people that have very bad teeth. There's your clue.
Oh, the British government.
The British government. The British government. So while we're speaking of, you know, social media, they have this afternoon ordered all social media conglomerates over there to turn over information on people who were posting not so nice things about the British soccer players that missed their penalty kicks yesterday in the Euro 2020. Now, how about that? So they want to make an example of them. Huh? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? How are you going to make an example of them? So they posted bad things. Now, I don't know the British Constitution. I'll be the first. They may not even have a constitution for all I know.
They probably got something.
I mean, seriously. I mean, does the Queen shave her legs? I don't know. By the way, I was going to say shave something else, but I decided to keep it PG-13 for the time being. I really was going to say something else.
TMI.
So for those of you that don't know, the conclusion of Euro 2020
in 2021
happened yesterday. And it was some relatives of ours, well, relatives of mine for sure, because I have Italian blood in me. Don't know if the non-genetically proven son has Italian blood in him. No clue. If it turns out he's genetically proven, then yeah, he's got Italian blood.
Well, I had to because I was rooting for them pretty heavy and I was getting nervous.
Did you have money on them?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, that would have been the reason why you were rooting heavily for them. So
did you have money on them?
I did not. I should have once they went down because, well, I would have ended up losing anyway because I would have bet that they would have won in regulation. But anyway, so for those of you that don't know, there was a soccer match yesterday over in England between Italy and England for the championship of Euro 2020. Whatever. And it went into penalty kicks. So, for those of you that don't know, in the game of soccer, you play 2 45-minute halves.
Plus extra time.
Yeah, but we're not going to go into explaining what that is. If the game is tied, and if it's tournament play, where you have to have a winner, they play 2 15-minute extra time sessions. It's not goal and goal, like it's not like hockey overtime, you score, the game's over. You play 2 15-minute extra sessions. And then if the game's still tied, you go into penalty kicks. You have 5 each. And if it's still tied after that, then it's 1-1-1-1-1. So, Italy went first in the penalty kicks. And their first guy scored. Now, usually you're going to score because you're 6 yards out and the net is, the size of my ass.
12 yards out.
Same thing.
You're 12 yards out.
But the net is still the size of my ass. It's a pretty damn big net.
The odds of you scoring is over 99%. For sure.
No.
Or at least you should. You should never miss a penalty.
If you're a professional like they are, you should never miss a penalty. Yes. Somebody like you? Me, I score.
I scored every single penalty because I go high and right down the middle.
I scored because I put it off the crossbar / post and off of somebody's face and it went in the net.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. So the first guy, Italy goes first. The first guy kicks it in the net. The first guy for England goes. Now, I'm not going to be racist here, but I'm going to say it because you got to understand how this is. The first guy for England goes. He's white. He kicks it in the net. It was a beautiful kick. Was it not? Side netting.
Keeper gets the right way and beat him. So
side netting. Good. Side netting. Beautiful kick. The second guy for Italy goes. He misses. Goalie saves it. It was a pretty bad kick.
Terrible kick.
Second guy for England goes, another white guy. Again, I'm not saying this to be racist. I'm just going somewhere with this. He gets in the net, very high, like right at the 90, perfect. The upper 90. It's called.
No one's saving it.
No one in this world could have saved that. Nobody, not even Gumby could have saved that. So now England's up 2-1. The third guy from Italy comes down. He scores. The third guy from England comes down. He's black. Again, not trying to be racist here. I'm just saying a point. He missed. It hit the goalpost.
Who was it? Was it Sancho?
It was the guy that they just put in.
They put in 2 guys.
It was the one guy that I would know. Who was the other guy?
Rashford. Rashford.
Okay. He missed. So now it's 2-2. So Italy comes and he scores. England's fourth guy, another black guy, again, not doing this to be racist. He misses. So now Italy's up 3-2. Last guy comes, Italy scores, game's over, blah, 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 blah. He misses. Go ahead.
And he's their best penalty taker. It's Jorginho.
A paisano.
He does this stupid skip, hop, whatever.
Yes.
If he goes right, it's on the ground. If he goes left, he chips it slightly. I said, not to you because we weren't on the phone or anything, but I said if he goes right down the middle, he scores because he's never gone down the middle. By the way, if he went down the middle, he would have scored.
He would have. The game before, he basically did the same kind of kick to the goalie's left.
Yeah, he passed it. Literally passed it.
Anyway, he missed. So now England's got to score to send it into the 6th round. Well, it was...
And
go ahead.
I can explain England's philosophy in penalties is that their best penalty takers go first.
Which a lot of teams do that.
But they put up, to tie the Euro, to go in extra kicks, they put a 19-year-old up there.
A 19-year-old.
Not the smartest idea.
Probably not. Probably.
You had Jack Grealish. You had Phil Foden on the bench.
Phil Foden was not playing in that game. I had heard that before.
He was on the bench, I believe.
He was, but he was not going to play. He was hurt.
But you had Jack Grealish on the field. Why is Jack Grealish not stepping up and taking that?
Was Sterling still in the game?
I believe so.
I think he was. But anyway, he missed. So the 2 white guys scored, the 3 black guys missed. Now again, not saying this to be racist, but now you could understand some of the comments that are being said on social media. That's where I want to go with this. Because there are racist people. So, of course, every Tom, Dick, and Harry British racist person is going to say something.
Pretty much.
Me? Big deal. I'm happy Italy won. I was kind of hoping to get free food from the local Italian place because they're Italian. You know, off the boat. I was kind of hoping. I think I actually heard them screaming all the way up here.
They probably were.
They probably were. So you can understand why the government's a little upset in the world that we live in today. So they're asking social media to hand over every negative comment about these three so that the government can make an example of the people. Now, I don't know what they mean by making an example of them. Are they going to pull them all in and make them write on the blackboard 100 times?
Can you do anything legally to somebody?
No. Well, again, I don't know, you know.
I mean, if you give a death threat.
Well, yeah, that's different. That's completely different.
Been death threats.
Yes, death threats are completely different. If you threaten to harm somebody, yes, you could be, at least in the United States, you could be charged.
But if you just make a racist comment, whatever.
Other than being PA Phatts labeled a fucking moron for saying such things.
Yeah.
You know. So yes, it'll be interesting to see what comes of what the government is going to do to make an example of these people. So, I don't know if anybody happened to notice what was going on yesterday. A little south of the border of Florida, about 90 miles south of Florida. There's this little island down there. Little island?
Cuba.
Called Cuba. 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 They make good cigars. Cuba. Little uprising amongst the people. They're getting a little pissed off down there. A little pissed off with the government of all the restrictions that the government has in place on there. So, it was in like 32 cities. I didn't even know Cuba had 32 cities, to be honest. I gotta admit, I'm not up on my Cuba, geography, the towns in Cuba.
Is it still under, like, the Castro regime kind of thing?
It's still communist, yes.
So, yeah, still under that same umbrella.
It's still communist. Still a bunch of commies down there. So, the people were chanting, one of the things they were chanting was freedom. 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 Interesting choice of words. While some of them were carrying American flags.
They were. And while we have Americans that don't enjoy their freedom.
Well, we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
So, your friends at the New York Post.
My friends?
No, your friends. The audience. We all know they love the New York Post. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean the New York Post. Take that back. Go back. Beep, 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 beep. Take two. Your friends at the New York Times, the liberal trash paper. I'm going to read what they posted about this. Let me pull it up quick. Let me pull it up. Pull it up. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Massacre in Cuba?
No. I just want you to focus on the word freedom. Freedom is the word I want you to focus on. As soon as I pull it up. Boy, the New York Times posts a lot of crap during the day. Jesus Christ. I'm sure nobody fucking reads it either.
Probably not.
I hope they didn't take this down because you're going to be like, what? What the hell? Christ, I'm only back 8 hours ago, and this was posted yesterday. Da-da-da-da-da. My God, they got the same post 5 straight times. Like, what in the world? They have a picture of Trump. Somebody sing the Jeopardy theme song.
Do, 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 do. Did I do a good job?
But that's not the whole theme song.
I know.
But anyway, basically, what the headline read is that Cuban citizens chant freedom and other anti-government slogans. Again, freedom and other anti-government slogans. Since when is the fucking word freedom anti-government?
Don't think so.
In Cuba, it might be anti-government.
Yeah.
In China, it might be anti-government.
North Korea.
Here it is. Took me long enough. Shouting freedom and other anti-government slogans, hundreds of Cubans took to the streets in cities around the country on Sunday to protest food and medicine shortages in a remarkable eruption of discontent not seen in nearly 30 years. Shouting freedom and other anti-government slogans. Not freedom and anti-government slogans. Then it's fine. Freedom and other anti-government slogans. So they're implying freedom is an anti-government slogan. That's the New York Times for you, ladies and gentlemen. We, as a citizenry, better start fucking paying attention to what's going on in this country of ours. I know the people that watch this show, at least most of you, love the United States of America. I love the United States of America. Non-genetically proven son, do you love the United States of America?
Of course.
Of course you do. We are losing the United States of America to the communists. The communists couldn't beat us from the outside back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Reagan destroyed communism basically single-handedly. So they came up with this master plan in the 90s to destroy America from within. And they're succeeding. Yes, it's been a 30-year plan for them. What did they do? They put fucking assholes in academia to teach our children. That was step number one. And that's the biggest thing. So now you have, I posted it yesterday, there's a poll. 36%, only 36% of 18 to 24-year-olds love the United States of America, right? I believe that's what the poll was, right?
I believe so.
Right? So I just asked the non-genetically proven son, do you love the United States of America? I ask you people watching the show, do you love the United States of America? Well, if you're between the ages of 18 and 24 and you say, yes, I love the United States of America, you're in the minority. If you don't love the United States of America, get the fuck out of the United States of America. Go to fucking Venezuela for a week. 1 week. And we'll see how bad you beg to get back in this country.
I can think of a worse country.
There's not many worse than Venezuela right now.
North Korea.
At least they have food.
North Korea?
They got more food than Venezuela does, that's for sure.
You criticize the government, you get killed.
Basically, well, Venezuela, they starve you to death, and it takes 3 days because they have no food. Yes. A poll recently revealed that only 36% of those ages 18 to 25 were either very or extremely proud to be American. Now, where do you think they learn not to be proud of the United States of America?
High school, middle school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And college. Why not? We'll just throw college in there.
It's those people where, at the age of 3, they think 3-year-olds could decide what fucking gender they are. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Tommy, you have a penis. Oh, sorry, Tommy, you're a fucking girl. Your name is now Thelma. Oh, Ophelia, you got a vagina. Oh, nope. Nope. We're going to stick this dildo on you at 4 years old, and we're going to call you Oscar. Because you're a boy. What the fuck is going on in this country, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to play a video for you guys. It's an 8-minute long video, and I really hope you watch it because it's very important. It's one piece of a lot longer video, but I'm only going to play 8 minutes of it. It's in black and white, so that tells you it was made a long time ago. 1969. Who was alive in 1969? I wasn't even alive in 1969.
So that would say I'm not either.
I don't think you are. You don't look that old. You really don't look that old to me.
As early as 1928.
Let's see here. So, let me get...
The communists declared that the racial differences among our people constituted the...
Hush, I'm just trying to put you in full screen. All right. So. All right. Pay attention. It's 8 minutes long, so good luck. Please listen to the whole thing.
The communists declared that the racial differences among our people constituted the weakest and most vulnerable point in our social fabric. By constantly probing and straining at this one spot, they calculated that eventually the cloth could be torn apart and that Americans could be divided, weakened, and perhaps even set against each other in open combat. We mustn't kid ourselves into thinking that the communists have placed their agitators only into the black communities. They're working both sides of the street. They want hatred, violence, and bloodshed between the races, and they don't care how they get it or whom they use, even children if necessary. Here is a book that I think ought to be in every home library. It's entitled Color, Communism, and Common Sense by Manning Johnson. He joined the party as a young man because he honestly believed that the communists were trying to improve the conditions of his people. He was a dedicated communist, and eventually he rose to one of the highest ranks. But after many years, he discovered that instead they were merely planning to use his people in a bloody revolution to destroy America. And when he woke up to this, he dropped out of the party and devoted the rest of his life trying to alert his fellow citizens of all races to the true nature of the Communist Party as he knew it to be from the inside. Manning Johnson said, "Black rebellion was what Moscow wanted. Bloody racial conflict would split America. During the confusion, demoralization and panic would set in. Then finally the Reds say, workers stop work. Many of them seize arms by attacking arsenals. Street fights become frequent. Under the leadership of the Communist Party, the workers organize revolutionary committees to be in command of the uprising. Armed workers seize the principal government offices, invade the residences of the president and his cabinet members, arrest them, declare the old regime abolished, establish their own power. Now, here is a piece of vicious communist propaganda that perhaps some of you have seen. It's called The Crusader. It's written by Robert F. Williams, one of the organizers of the Revolutionary Action Movement. In this issue of The Crusader, the communists call not only for extensive chaos within the cities, but for putting to the torch every village, every forest, every field, and every barn. The plan is for raging fires from one city to the next. The reason? Well, first, there's the value of sheer destruction. Secondly, it would force us to deploy our defenses and rescue units over the widest possible area. The communists point out that as long as our police and National Guard remain concentrated, they're invincible. But if they can be forced to spread out over the entire city and into the countryside as well, then they can be picked off from ambush one by one. And the third value of massive fire to the communists is psychological. The average American, they say, soft and decadent, when he sees billows of black smoke rising from one horizon to the other, when at night the only light he has to see by is the flickering red from flames leaping into the sky, he'll become paralyzed with fear and panic. He'll run away and hide and do nothing to interfere with the guerrilla bands as they strike at the community's power centers. The Crusader explains how to set up sniper units in crowded metropolitan areas, how to manufacture jumbo Molotov cocktails, the gallon jug size, and how to mix the gasoline with certain ingredients to make it burn like napalm, how to pour gasoline into utility manholes in the streets to set fire to the main telephone cables, how to put sulfur tips from matches into air conditioning units and blow up large buildings, how to ignite gas mains and oil storage tanks. It explains how radio-controlled model airplanes can be used to fly explosive charges over heavily guarded fences into gasoline storage areas or munition stockpiles. It even calls for infiltration into the National Guard units, revolutionaries posing as non-militants for the purpose of getting free military training and for gaining access to critical military supplies and heavy weapons. And then, finally, Robert Williams says this: any all-out minority revolution must create a state of crisis wherein almost all of the male population would be forced to remain in their homes to protect their property and families. The middle class is very large, but it is not accustomed to deprivation and terror. Because of its affluence, it has waxed soft. It has no stomach for massive fire, blood, and violence. The motive force behind its life drive is its endless pursuit of prestige, conspicuous consumption, and sensual pleasure. A few years of violent, sporadic, and highly destructive uprisings will set the stage for the grand finale. After the stage is properly set through protracted struggle, America could be brought to her knees in 90 days of highly organized, fierce fighting, sabotage, and massive firestorm. Ladies and gentlemen, the plans and preparations for a communist revolution of force and violence are far advanced. The organization behind these preparations has almost unlimited financial resources, and it provides both training and leadership based upon years of experience in many other countries. Our enemies are deadly serious about their task, and it's nothing short of national suicide for us to continue to ignore their plans and their progress. The violent revolution becomes of primary value to the communists to the extent to which it can be used to condition the masses psychologically to accept the nonviolent revolution, which is offered supposedly as the only alternative. Hoping to avoid further violence and bloodshed, the public is to be pressured into accepting measures that will move the country gradually and legally toward communism, but without calling it that. The strategy of the proletarian revolution calls for the quiet conversion of our government into a communist regime, but under the banner of socialism. Well, what is socialism? All right, let's define it. According to the dictionary, socialism is a political concept based upon the principle of government ownership and control of property, the means of production, and the avenues of commerce. Under socialism, those who run the government, and the communists are confident that in America they eventually will be the ones who do so. Those who run the government will know who is to get something and who has to wait, and that represents control over human beings. What has all this to do with the communist revolution in America? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has everything to do with it, because the building of socialism is the communist revolution in America. It represents the process whereby our country can be moved gradually toward communism without the people even being aware of it. No matter what grievance we may have, real or imagined, no matter what national problems we may face, the communists seize upon these as excuses to build socialism. They have one and only one solution for all problems: more government, and then more and more until it's total government. And forgive me for saying it one more time, total government is communism.
Tell me that's not the truth. Somebody tell me that's not what's going on in the United States of America right now. We are slowly but surely on the march to socialism, which is just another term for communism. Tell me that's not what's going on right now. Tell me. How long until...
Can't.
What?
I can't.
Tell me how long it's going to be till somebody comes to our door. Show me your vaccine papers. They're already saying they're going to come to our door now to tell us the advantages of getting the vaccine. How long till they come to the door and say, show me your papers?
What is this, like Mexican immigrants? Show me your papers.
No, it's
That's what you make it sound like.
It's what went on over in Germany. But, you know, according to the people, the youngins in this country that don't know any better because they've been taught the opposite of what actually happened, they want to say, you know, the German government, fascists, blah, 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 blah. What was the true party name of the Third Reich? What was it? What was it? The man in the back?
German Workers' Party. Or the Socialist German Workers' Party, whatever.
Say it again. Say it loud.
The Socialist German Workers' Party.
The Socialist German Workers' Party. What's that first word again? Not the next word.
You read my mind. I was going to say the. Socialist.
Socialist. What do you know?
Yeah, fascists and socialists are a little different.
We are slowly but surely making our way to communism. So, and where did it all start? In our schools. So this is what we need to do as a society. Okay? We need to get our fucking ass into those school board meetings. It's all going to start with this CRT bullshit that's going on. This critical race theory. This is the communists, the socialists, whatever the fuck you want to call it, way of finally putting the divide into this country. This fucking critical race theory shit that they want to teach our kids. We got to get our fucking ass into those school boards. And we got to find out if those idiots on those fucking school boards are going to support it or not. And if they fucking support it, we got to vote every fucking single one of those motherfuckers out of each and every fucking school board across this country. Any school board member who is supportive of teaching critical race theory should be fucking ashamed of themselves. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's your tax money that pays them. Get your ass to school board, especially if you have children. Get your fucking ass to those school board meetings. And you find the hell out if they're going to teach CRT. And if they are, you run for the school board. This is going to be the final divider that's going to break the United States of America apart. And the communists are fucking laughing at us. The communists already have the Democratic Party in their pockets. You can tell it. I could pull up the video by that old cunt in California. What's her name? Not Nancy, the other one, where she basically flubbed when she tried to say the word socialist and she said communist. I could pull that video up if I need to.
Maxine Waters?
Yes, thank you.
Well, I mean, our president hasn't said anything about the theory of one China either.
Yes.
With Taiwan.
Yes. Oh, but he's giving a big speech in Philly tomorrow. I bet it's going to be on his favorite flavor of ice cream. That's about all he could give a speech on. Well,
maybe his favorite cheesesteak place since it's in Philly.
I lied. He could talk about corn pop and white hair on his legs.
And the thingy.
The thingy, whatever the thingy is.
The thing, you know that thing?
You know, the thing. The thing. The thing. Get your ass to school board meetings. Get your friends to school board meetings. We got to stop that. We've already lost basically 1.5 generations to these fucking idiots. I mean, they're starting to teach critical race theory in the military now. Can you freaking believe this? And we just sit here and twiddle our fucking thumbs. Then you have assholes like me on the internet saying, what the fuck is going on? What are we going to do? While the rest is, let me twiddle my thumb. Let me stick it up my ass and then bring it out, sniff it. The time of sitting back and doing nothing is over. Over. And we got to do whatever we have to do to get Trump back in office. And to keep populists like him in office. By any means necessary. Legal means necessary. Before I get taken down off of social media. What do you guys think? Message board is pretty quiet. Let's see. Tom Yost is saying, hey, hey, hey. I think he's Fat Albert here. Hey, hey, hey. It's Tom Yost. Daryl Kreitz. My old ass was alive in 69. Bet you it's an old hairy ass, too. Got an old hairy ass.
Have you been to a school board meeting?
Have I been to a school board meeting? They wouldn't allow me in a school board meeting. I threatened to go to a school board meeting once, and then I got a phone call of an apology.
If I was still in high school or middle school, would you go to a school board meeting?
Oh, hell yeah. To find out if they were going to teach CRT, you better freaking believe it.
If they said yes, would I not be going to that school anymore?
I would have went to the papers.
What?
It's a line from Remember the Titans.
Oh.
I'm going to go to the papers. I'd have taken care of it. Told you, I threatened to go to a school board meeting once on your track coach. When you were a freshman. Remember that guy?
What?
When you were a freshman. Remember that guy?
I remember that.
That basically said he doesn't need to show up anymore. Like, what? I forget the whole reason behind it.
Because I was probably thinking at practice, we're not practicing pole vault.
I don't know. So, back to vaccines for a minute. Now, I'm not going to berate anybody who has or hasn't gotten the vaccine. It's up to you. I believe in freedom to do what you want to do. Your body, your choice, right? People who support abortion, your body, your choice. I do not have the vaccine. I do not plan on getting the vaccine till I know the long-term effects of getting the vaccine. I would like to know what they are. This vaccine, all of them were rushed to the market. Rushed. Pfizer is saying, oh, now you're going to need a third one, a booster shot. Really? A booster shot? So now the government's got to give Pfizer payments for 3 vaccines. Tell me they don't know what the fuck they're doing to get money out of the government, out of us. Because you don't think we're going to make China pay for it, do you? No. Hell no. No, China brings over hookers to date congressmen. FDA to add nervous syndrome warning to Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine. Huh. Guillain-Barré syndrome. I only know what that syndrome is by watching the show House back in the day. They had an episode where somebody had that.
It's on.
It's still on. It's on here every day.
Watch it.
Well, every now and then, yeah. I mean, I've seen them all multiple times. I mean, you know, they made the movie or the show basically after me. They named the guy basically my last name. The interesting thing is about Hugh, he actually talks with a British accent. And then in the show, he somehow could get the accent to go away. That's the most interesting thing. I
was watching a TV show on Netflix. Literally the same thing. The main actor is British.
Yeah.
There's no British accent in the show. That's really weird.
So, yes, I mean, they're saying, oh, it's still safe. It's just, you know, now that you just could get a chance of getting this nerve, you know, bad thing to your nerves. Oh, really? Oh, sure, yeah, sign me up. Jab me right here, boy. I want to take that chance. Yeah. It's this simple. If you have the vaccine, you're supposed to be safe from getting it. So let me take the chance of dying because I don't want to have it right now. If I die, I die. If I die, I get cremated. My ashes get spread wherever the fuck somebody's going to spread them. This guy here gets insurance money and he parties like it's 1999. Hopefully.
1999? I like 1066.
Hopefully. Okay. Hopefully with some good-looking hookers. Not
the Chinese spy ones.
Not hookers from 1066.
Oh?
Chambermaids back then.
We're going to party like it's 1066.
Alrighty then. So it's my choice whether I want to take the chance if I'm going to die. If I get stuck, God only knows what the fuck's going to happen to me. I mean, surprisingly, other than the fact that I'm fat, I'm actually pretty healthy. Kind of hard to believe. I'm not pre-diabetic. I got great blood pressure for being a fat ass. For having an ass as wide as a soccer net.
Now we know from our story.
Well, that's a chimney. If you don't know what we mean, go back and watch the Christmas episode. You'll laugh your ass off. That one's still up, I believe. That one hasn't been taken down. I
sadly have gotten the jab.
Yes. So the last
perks of being a college student, right?
What?
Perks of being a college student.
Yes.
Basically forced to.
Yeah, if you wanted to go back to class, and let's see here. Yes, you're going to major with a TV film degree and never been able to go into a studio.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Major in TV and film, minor in photography, and never really went into a studio.
Yes. Yes. So the last thing I want to talk about is what's going on with Team Phatts. We're going up, up, up. So the majority of Team Phatts is out at Junior Gold this week. What is Junior Gold? Junior Gold is the most prestigious junior bowling tournament in the United States of America, where the USBC, United States Bowling Congress, gets rich off of kids, basically.
Hey, at least you said what it is. Where the USBC takes your money.
Yes. In order to try to go to you just can't go to Junior Gold. You got to try to go there, and to try to go there, you have to buy a membership just to try to go, and I believe the membership costs $35.
It does.
That's what it used to be. I don't know if it still is.
The entry fee, based on when you qualify, you don't always get your full entry fee. It's like $200 per person. Whatever. Something like that. You're usually spending about $60 to try to qualify at a Junior Gold qualifying tournament. And one in like 7 go. Or whatever. I was never fortunate to do it on my first try because I suck.
We only went twice.
We did only go twice.
Once was in Chicago.
But
the other good time is where they are this week, out in Indianapolis. Indianapolis, if you've never been to Indianapolis, try to go there. It's the best little city in America. I loved it out there. Loved it.
Except the bowling part.
Except the bowling part. Who fuck bowling?
But all the downtime was fun. There was lots of stuff to do.
It was a lot of stuff to do.
And you could walk downtown and not feel unsafe.
Yes. Even right in the middle of town. Do you remember what was going on when we were, like, the big thing that was going on when we were there? And I don't mean the fact that the Indy cars were there, because it was almost race time there. There was something.
I know it was something with Indy.
What was going on in America?
Oh, God.
Ah.
That was
5 years ago.
So 2016, 2015, 2016 season.
It's not bowling related. What was going on in America?
The election?
No. I mean, it was, but
and it was coming up.
It was coming up, yeah. I watched Hillary's speech, I believe, while we were there. No. What was going on in America? 2 words. 2 words. Last word, go. Everybody was doing it in downtown Indy. They had their little phones out.
Pokemon
Go.
I was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, it was fun. It got you outside. You walked around.
Until you were Alyssa.
And now you live life in a knee brace.
Tom Yo says, no vaccine here. I knew that, Tom. We talked about this earlier today. Tom was over. We had a couple beers.
No.
He paid for them, of course. PA Phatts doesn't pay for anything.
Well, yeah, you're free beer.
Next time, bring hookers.
You're all about free beer.
All about free everything. I'm really all about free hookers, but, you know.
Okay, so what about Pokemon Go?
I'm just saying that's what was going on in 2016.
I feel like you wanted to go somewhere with that.
Everyone, like, we were walking around like the state capitol building, and it's like everybody was like, they're like mindless automatons looking on their phone, and I'm just
funny.
I'm just standing there looking at people.
Thousands of people, and everybody's staring at their phone catching a Pokemon.
Except for the homeless lady that was at the statue. That was living at the statue.
There was a lot of homeless people.
There was.
Every corner had a homeless person.
But we had a damn good sandwich at that Potbelly's.
Well, that's where we came up with the theory of homeless people get paid to act homeless.
Yes. That was our theory. Yeah. So anyway, Junior Gold is going out there. Team Phatts is doing pretty good. This is just day one of qualifying. They only had the scores up from the first two squads. There's 4 different squads each day for 4 days. I do know that Team Phatts A bowler, Allison, she was in 5th after her squad. Allison is like, and Daniel are like Team Phatts 1 and 1A. They're both the top. Allison is one more, especially this year.
She wins everything.
She does. She's
hey, but I don't practice and show up and win championship weekend. Yeah.
Her parents recently bought a bowling center. I'm actually going up there in a week or two. It's up in the Poconos. Poconos. Okay. Poconos.
Poconos. It's up at where everyone can't say it except people that live in eastern Pennsylvania. Wilkes-Barre or Wilkes-Barre.
Say one of the Wilkes-Barre. So my plan is to go to Shifts that morning, pick up some chicken.
Did you plan on driving here?
No. And then taking the road trip down 380 to Route 80 to Pocono Summit. And their bowling center is like right around there. It's not that far. Not that far off of 380. So we're going to talk a little business. And I want to see their bowling center. It's big.
It's a big warehouse.
It does look like a big warehouse. From pictures.
Probably sounds sick.
Probably does. I want to hear. Hopefully they have a good sound system in there. Because they got a really, really big ceiling. And actually, I did get a memory on my phone the other day when we were in Chicago at that other place. In fact, it was today.
The easiest bowling center ever.
It was today. 6 years ago today, we were in that bowling center practicing.
Yeah, I got screamed at.
Yeah? Because we bowled on a land and you couldn't make a 10-pin.
No, I couldn't make a 10-pin, a 6-pin, a 3-pin, or a 9-pin.
Yeah.
I couldn't make any spare on the right side.
Yeah. And then we went and practiced.
Of any of those pins.
Yeah. And then we went and practiced. And you were fine after that. Mm-hmm. Non-genetically proven daddy knew what he was talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you got nothing else to say, that is our show for the evening. You notice we didn't talk basketball because we don't really give a fuck.
We didn't talk hockey because boring.
Yeah.
Because Tampa won.
So, next week, you definitely want to join us on next Monday because guess what time it is again? Don't leave me hanging, people. Guess something. What?
I was going to say it's getting close to football season.
It's bracket time. And I'm not going to... What?
Yippee!
And I'm not going to tell you what this bracket is. All I'm going to say is it has something to do with me. Because every time we won brackets, except for the number 1 seeds always do very well. So we're going to do something where number 1 seeds might not do very well.
It's the 64 best hookers you ever had.
64 best hookers I've ever had. That's a hard list to come up with because there's been some... Ooh, man, there was that one down in Brazil that one time. Woo.
I was thinking Bonquisha.
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 She is the number 1 seed. She is. But the overall number 1 seed is Ophelia Way.
Ophelia Way.
Ophelia Way. It's but what was her? Bonquisha? Bonquisha, the old lady that lives in the Skook, Ophelia Way, and Something Wong. Those are the number 1 seeds in the hooker bracket.
Okay.
I wonder if the people that like watch this show are like, are they high? Like, are they fucking high or something?
Probably.
Seriously? Like, are you guys like high? High.
Right?
And yes, football season is coming up. And don't forget, when football season starts, depending upon his intern schedule.
Tom would like pictures with the bracket.
Tom would like pictures. Which one do you want pictures with the most? You know what they say, what kind of girls skinny guys are into. What's her name again?
Bonquisha.
Bonquisha. She's like 4 1/4. And I don't mean her price. She got boobies down to her ankles.
All right.
I can send you a picture of her, Tom. I will say it's nice and pink. Ew. By the way, I just want to say this right now. The non-genetically proven son is not alone in his apartment right now. Are you? I'm going to pull the mic up to me so I can whisper this. There's a lesbian in his apartment right now. There's 2 lesbians in his apartment right now. So I asked them, are they the, there's 2 kinds of lesbians, like the really hot lesbians that's every guy's fantasy, or the logger and the 18-wheeler driver lesbians. Which lesbians do you have in your apartment right now? Do you have the man's fantasy lesbians, or do you have the logger and the truck driver lesbians?
Got loggers in here. I got the butch. Actually, what you asked me was, which one is hotter?
That is.
And there's another guy in the apartment as well. And you said, which one is hotter, or is the guy hotter? And my answer was?
The guy.
Without hesitation.
So we got some logger lesbians right now in the underground bunker.
All right.
Let's just hope they don't watch this.
I'm going to say negative.
Let's hope they're not fans of Phatts TV for the poor non-genetically proven son's sake. I did ask him to see if they wanted to join us on the stream tonight.
I did say negative Ghost Rider.
So it just so happens that this weekend I myself am going up to State College, so I will have a report on these lesbians for you next Monday.
Good for you.
It is my plan to try to convert at least one of them to heterosexuality. We're going to see how that goes.
Okay, you do that.
Gonna say, do you at least flip a coin in the morning? Heads, I want hair pie. Tails, balls across the nose. That's an Andrew Dice Clay line. I'm telling you, the people that watch this show gotta say, what the fuck do they smoke? Give me some of that.
Yeah, probably.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun night for the non-genetically proven son and his girlfriend. What's her name again?
Yana?
No. What?
Bonquisha?
One more time.
Bonquisha.
Bonquisha. It's really pink. That's all I'm going to say. We will see you next Monday night when I have a report on the lesbians. And we unveil our next bracket that's all about PA Phatts. Until then, remember, get to your fucking school board meetings. And as always, where we go one,
we go all.
Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Have a beer on me and a joint.